In the Peruvian desert, the wind is sharp enough to sand your teeth, and the land is so dry that footprints can outlast empires. There, carved into the hard-pan earth, stretch figures so big you can only see them properly from the sky. Hummingbirds, spiders, monkeys, jagged lines that run arrow-straight for miles. We call them the Nazca Lines. The question is, what if they aren't decorations or rituals at all? What if the Nazca Lines are star maps, laid down for returning gods? The desert people who made them were skilled, no doubt. They dug shallow trenches, scraped away the red surface rock to reveal the pale soil beneath, and the designs held their shape for centuries. But hear us the strangeness. Why make something so enormous that no human standing on the ground could ever see it? That's like carving a message you'll never read. Unless, of course, it wasn't meant for humans. Native stories whisper about sky beings who came down, tall and shining, and taught the people to grow, to measure, to build. When they left, promised to return. The lines, then, might be more than art they. Might be a welcome mat, a guide, a cosmic invitation. Imagine a ship dropping from the clouds, scanning the desert for a signal, and finding animals drawn big enough to be seen from orbit. And it isn't random. Scholars admit the lines align with solstices, lunar standstills, even constellations. The hummingbird points to the sunrise on the December solstice. The spider aligns with Orion. The monkey curls into the Big Dipper. Star maps, plain as day. If you think of the Earth as a canvas and the sky as the chart, why map the stars on the ground? Maybe because the visitors came from the Lines, were the memory of their roads. Picture the Nazca priests at night, lying on woven mats, eyes tilted skyward. They saw patterns above and mirrored them below. But maybe they weren't just mirroring. Maybe they were tracing instructions. The gods told them, when we return, draw our roads so we find the way back to you. And so they did year after year, carving giant animals, geometric runways, radiant figures pointing at the heavens. Here's where the modern lens stirs things up. Some lines are ruler straight for more than 10 miles, cutting across hills with precision we'd struggle to replicate without surveying tools. Others look eerily like landing strips wide, flat, long. Dismissed as coincidence. Yes, but walk them, and you'll feel it. A path built for something not walking but descending. And if you see them through the eyes of the Nazca people, they're not giant doodles. They're living prayers. Each animal etched in the desert is both a picture and a plea. The hummingbird calls for rain, the monkey for fertility, the spider for luck. But laid out so vast, they're also signals, like lighting fires on mountaintops, to guide travelers home. Think of it in Native American terms. The petroglyphs on canyon walls weren't graffiti. They were maps, lessons, marks left so the ancestors would find us again. The Nazca may have done the same, but on a scale grand enough to catch the gaze of gods in the sky. And maybe those gods did return. Locals still tell of lights in the desert, of figures walking out of nowhere, of knowledge whispered in dreams. Maybe the Nazca Lines aren't history, but ongoing conversation. Hear us. The chilling question. What if the maps weren't T4 benevolent beings at all? What if they weren't a welcome mat, but a market territory claimed, a beacon calling back masters, not friends? A reminder that Earth wasn't ours first. Imagine the day one of those lights does drop from the sky. Not a falling star, but a craft, homing in on the hummingbird, touching down on lines carved 2,000 years ago. The people gather, as their ancestors did, and the gods walk out again, saying, you remembered us. You drew our paths. Now we have returned. And maybe that's why the lines still hold their power. They're more than art. They're more than ritual. Their promises carved into the skin of the earth, waiting for the sky to answer.